You know that feeling when you walk into a store and the salesman follows you around, hovering, explaining, justifying, desperate to close? You don't buy, you leave. Not because the product is bad, because the desperation made it feel cheap. Now I want you to sit with this. That salesman is you, and she is the one walking towards the exit. Here is what nobody in this space will say to your face. You are running a clearance sale on yourself. You have the career, the assets, the life that 99% of men will never touch. But the moment you use all of that to convince her you are worth her time, you have already lost. Because here's the psychological reality that changes everything. According to the Veblen effect, as the price of a luxury asset rises, demand for it increases. Not despite the difficulty of getting it, because of it. The harder something is to acquire, the more the brain decides it must be worth having. This is the luxury paradox, and it is running inside her nervous system whether she knows it or not. The mistake you are making is called resource-baited chasing. You book the $400 dinner thinking you are signaling high status, but to her nervous system, you are signaling something far more damaging. That you need to purchase her presence because your presence alone isn't enough to hold it. You are stepping on the brakes of her attraction by making yourself too easy to acquire. Attraction is not logic, it is the responsive desire. For her to crave you, her brain needs to complete the puzzle of your value in your absence. If you are always available, always agreeable, always selling, the puzzle is already completed. The tension dies, and desire needs tension to breathe. The fix is what I call the selection framework, a complete identity shift from salesman to evaluator. You stop believing you are lucky to have her time, and you start operating from the truth that she is lucky to have yours. On your next interaction, stop narrating your wins. Instead, use thought narration to evaluate her. Look at her directly and say, I meet a lot of successful and beautiful women, but most are too distracted by their own image to hold a real conversation. I'm trying to see if you are different. That single sentence is a bank shot. You haven't bragged once, but you have implied standards so high that she now needs to qualify for your attention. You have made yourself the Hermes Birkin of men, and she is suddenly the one hoping she makes the wait list. Her brain now has to justify the effort of pursuing your validation, and it does that by increasing her desire for you. She doesn't just like you anymore, she craves the win of being chosen by you. This works because it signals the one internal asset that cannot be faked, bought, or performed: outcome independence. While every other man in her life is desperate to close, you are the only one centered enough to simply wait for the right fit. This is the sovereign vibe. The man who operates from this axis doesn't chase, he proposes a reality and lets her compete for the seat at the table. But there is a catch. Everything you just heard means your success has been a shield for your lack of masculine frame. The dinners, the gestures, the proving, all of it was armor covering for the one thing she actually wanted to feel. But the moment you drop that shield and lead with your standards instead of your status, you become the man she desires. If you are tired of being the successful man who gets the polite hug at the end of the night, the link is below. A complete internal guide for the man ready to stop being a commodity and start being the only option worth craving. Stop being her servant and start being the man she craves. I'm dating ASAP. Class dismissed.